Have you ever wondered what life truly feels like after 70? Are you carrying the weight of others' opinions, material possessions, or social obligations that no longer serve you? In this video, we'll explore 9 powerful ways to lighten your load, embrace simplicity, and rediscover joy and fulfillment in your golden years. As we get older, life brings us new wisdom, but also the challenge of letting go of things that hold us back. In this journey, you'll learn how to break free from societal expectations, declutter your life, and finally focus on what truly matters. We'll also share insights on cutting ties with toxic relationships and redefining your goals in a way that aligns with who you are today. By the end of this video, you'll feel empowered to release unnecessary burdens and experience a lighter, more intentional way of living. You'll gain clarity on how to prioritize your happiness without guilt, embrace your authentic beauty, and make room for experiences that truly bring joy and fulfillment. Stay with us until the end to discover the key to living a life of freedom, joy, and simplicity, because your best years are still ahead of you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. Letting go of the weight of others' opinions. Throughout the winding journey of life, many of us unknowingly shoulder a weight so heavy it threatens to bend us beneath its pressure, the burden of others' opinions. It begins subtly, often in childhood, as we absorb the expectations of those around us. Parents, teachers, friends, and society at large. They all project their ideals onto us, shaping how we believe we should behave, live, and even dream. We are conditioned to seek approval, to be the good child, the perfect friend, the model citizen. But what happens when we carry this burden for too long? What happens when the opinions of others define our every move, drowning out our voice? As we march through the different stages of life, many of us find ourselves bending, reshaping, and twisting into forms that others expect of us. We modify our behavior to avoid disapproval, alter our paths to meet expectations, and suppress our true desires to escape the sting of judgment. And yet, no matter how much we conform, it never feels like enough. The opinions of others cling to us like a shadow, always demanding more sacrifice, more change, more suppression of our authentic selves. But what if, after years, decades even, of chasing validation, we stop caring so much? What if we finally released the need to be seen, heard, and accepted by others, and instead turned inward to seek acceptance from the one person who truly matters, ourselves? By the time we reach the age of 70, we've lived through enough experiences, hardships, and triumphs to realize something profoundly liberating. No one else's opinion has the power to define our worth. The expectations we've worked so hard to meet, they were never ours to begin with. The judgments we feared, they were never truly about us, but reflections of others' insecurities and limitations. And as we grow older, this truth becomes crystal clear. We begin to understand that seeking approval from others is a futile and exhausting endeavor, one that robs us of our joy, our freedom, and our peace of mind. Think about it. How many decisions have you made throughout your life based on what someone else might think? How many opportunities did you pass up? Not because they weren't right for you, but because you were afraid of judgment. How many times did you hide your true self out of fear of rejection? It's heartbreaking to think about the moments of happiness, love, and fulfillment we deny ourselves simply because we're too worried about others' opinions. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's the beauty of aging. It brings with it the gift of clarity. With each passing year, we begin to see life for what it truly is, a precious, fleeting opportunity to live authentically, to experience joy, and to connect deeply with ourselves and others. We begin to realize that other people's opinions are like passing clouds, temporary, ever-changing, and ultimately meaningless in the grand scheme of our lives. They have no real power unless we grant it to them. Imagine the freedom of no longer caring about whether others approve of your choices, your appearance, your lifestyle, or even your dreams. Picture yourself standing tall, no longer bending under the weight of expectation, but walking confidently in the direction of your true desires. Imagine how light your heart would feel if you released the need to conform, to fit in, or to be anything other than exactly who you are. That's the power of letting go of others' opinions. It's a transformative shift that changes everything. When we free ourselves from the need for external validation, we reclaim our power. No longer are we puppets pulled by the invisible strings of societal expectation. We become the masters of our destiny, living according to our values, desires, and truths. The opinions of others, which once felt like an immovable weight, fall away, leaving us lighter, freer, and more alive than ever before. And here's the thing. This shift is not just liberating for us. It's inspiring for others, too. By living authentically and unapologetically, we become a beacon of courage for those still struggling under the weight of others' opinions. We show them that it's possible to live a life free from the shackles of judgment, a life full of joy, self-acceptance, and true fulfillment. So, how do we begin this journey of letting go? It starts with a deep internal reflection, a moment of truth where we ask ourselves, whose life am I living? Am I making choices based on what others expect of me? Or am I following my path? The answers may surprise you. You might realize that much of what you've been doing has been in service to others' expectations rather than your happiness. And that realization is the first step toward change. Next, it's about embracing the discomfort of disappointing others. Yes, there will be moments when people are unhappy with your choices, when they question your decisions, or when they criticize your path. But remember this, their opinions are not a reflection of your worth. They are simply echoes of their fears, their struggles, and their inability to break free. Let their disapproval roll off your back like rain, knowing that you are living for something far greater than their fleeting judgments. You are living for your peace, your joy, your truth. Lastly, remind yourself daily of the power that comes from living authentically. There is nothing more liberating than walking through life with the confidence that your choices are your own, that your happiness is not dependent on anyone else's approval, and that you are enough just as you are. With every step you take in this direction, you reclaim a piece of yourself that was lost under the weight of others' expectations. And as you do, you'll find that life becomes lighter, brighter, and infinitely more fulfilling. The opinions of others may have felt heavy, but the freedom that comes from letting go is indescribably light and empowering. So, I invite you to reflect. How has releasing the need for approval changed your life? How has it opened doors to joy, peace, and self-love? Share your thoughts and your journey, and let's discuss how this profound shift has transformed the way you see yourself and the world around you. You've spent so long carrying the weight of others' opinions. Now it's time to let go and soar. 2. Releasing the burden of material possessions. As we journey through life, one of the most profound realizations we come to is that true happiness, the kind that fills our hearts and souls, doesn't come from the things we own. Yet, for much of our lives, we're conditioned to believe that material possessions are the key to fulfillment. We accumulate, we gather, we hoard. Homes overflowing with furniture and gadgets, closets crammed with clothes we rarely wear, and garages packed to the brim with items we haven't touched in years. At the time, acquiring these possessions may have given us a sense of security or a fleeting burst of joy. Maybe they symbolize success, validation, or comfort in a world that often feels uncertain. But as the years go by, we begin to realize a deeper truth. The things we own can end up owning us. Think back to a moment when you felt pure, unfiltered joy. Was it sparked by a new car, a designer bag, or the latest tech gadget? Probably not. More likely, that joy came from something far more profound. A moment spent laughing with a dear friend. A walk in nature that made you feel connected to something greater. The pride of accomplishing a goal after years of hard work. Or perhaps a quiet moment of reflection where you felt at peace with yourself. These are the moments that fill our hearts, not the things we collect along the way. The problem with material possessions is that they can create an illusion of happiness. At the moment, purchasing something new might feel exciting or even essential. We tell ourselves that owning more will make us feel secure, that more things mean we've made it, and that they will protect us from the uncertainties of life. But over time, these possessions accumulate. The objects that once brought us temporary happiness become burdens, taking up space in our homes and our minds. Instead of feeling content, we feel weighed down by the clutter, the upkeep, the constant need to organize and maintain. Slowly but surely, we come to see that these things, once so important to us, are not adding value to our lives. Instead, they are distracting us from what matters. By the time we reach 70, many of us have had enough life experience to reevaluate our relationship with the material world. We've learned that happiness is not something that can be bought, and the things we own do not define who we are. As we age, it becomes clear that accumulating more only serves to clutter our lives, both physically and mentally. At this stage, it's time to ask ourselves, do we need to hold on to all of these things? Are they enriching our lives, or are they simply weighing us down? The truth is that many of the possessions we cling to are tied to memories. That old dress in the back of the closet, it reminds you of a special event decades ago. The furniture you haven't used in years, maybe it was a gift from a loved one, and parting with it feels like letting go of a connection to the past. But here's the beautiful thing. We don't need to hold on to things to honor our memories. Our experiences live on within us, in our hearts, in our stories, and in the love we carry forward. We don't need physical objects to remind us of the people and moments that shaped us. Imagine the peace that comes from letting go, decluttering your life not just of physical objects, but of the emotional attachments that no longer serve you. Picture walking into a home that feels light and open, where every item you see has a purpose and reflects who you are today, not who you were 30 or 40 years ago. There's a profound sense of freedom in releasing what no longer serves you, and that freedom creates space. Space not just in your home, but in your heart and mind, too. Consider the act of decluttering as a symbolic gesture, a way of letting go of the past and making room for the future. You don't have to let go of everything at once. Start small. Take a look around your home and ask yourself, are there things I've been holding on to out of habit rather than necessity? What would happen if I let go of just one item, something I no longer need? What emotions would surface? How would it feel to release that weight? Often, the act of letting go of a single possession can create a ripple effect, inspiring us to reevaluate what we truly value in life. Letting go of material possessions doesn't mean living with nothing. It means being intentional about what we keep and why. It's about surrounding ourselves with the things that truly matter, the things that bring us joy, comfort, or a sense of purpose. The process of decluttering is not about loss. It's about creating room for new experiences, new relationships, and new growth opportunities. It's about letting go of the physical clutter so that we can focus on the things that matter: our health, our happiness, and the people we love. As we age, we begin to see the beauty in simplicity. We start to understand that less truly is more, that a life free from the burden of excess allows us to focus on what's most important. Letting go of material possessions can feel like a breath of fresh air, a lightness that fills not just our homes, but our spirits. The things we once thought were so important, those clothes we never wear, the gadgets gathering dust, lose their significance when we realize that true wealth is found in experiences, in moments of connection, and in the love we share with others. So, take a deep breath and look around. Is your home filled with things that no longer reflect who you are today? Are there possessions that have become more of a burden than a source of joy? What would it feel like to release them, to let go of the past, and make space for the present? The act of releasing the burden of material possessions is an act of self-care, of choosing peace over clutter and joy over attachment. Imagine the lightness that comes from living in a space that feels intentional and meaningful, a home that reflects not the things you've acquired, but the person you've become. This is the gift of letting go, the freedom to live fully, unburdened by the past, and open to the possibilities of the future. And as you continue on this journey, remember that happiness has never been found in the things we own. It's found in the experiences we live, the relationships we nurture, and the peace we cultivate within ourselves. Let go and make room for what truly matters. 3. Saying no to unnecessary social obligations. How many times have you found yourself at a social gathering, standing in a crowded room, exchanging pleasantries with strangers or acquaintances, while inwardly longing for the peace and comfort of your own home? Perhaps you found yourself nodding politely, smiling through small talk, or pretending to be interested in conversations that hold little meaning to you. If we're honest, most of us have been there countless times. For much of our lives, we feel an invisible force pulling us into social obligations, whether it's attending a friend's party, showing up to a family event, or participating in community functions. We say yes out of politeness, duty, or even habit. But the truth is, too often we end up in places we'd rather not be, doing things that don't truly bring us joy or fulfillment. As we age, particularly after reaching 70, we begin to experience a powerful shift in perspective. The clarity and confidence that come with time and experience allow us to reassess how we spend our most precious resource, our time. We come to realize that life is far too short to waste in situations that deplete our energy, drain our spirit, or offer little value. We learn that it's not only acceptable but essential to say no to social obligations that don't align with our true desires and needs. The ability to say no, to politely but firmly decline an invitation, is one of the most liberating and empowering choices we can make. Think back to a time when you said yes to an event or gathering purely out of obligation. Perhaps it was a family reunion, a neighbor's holiday party, or even a casual lunch with a friend who you haven't truly connected with in years. How did you feel afterward? Was your heart lighter, filled with the warmth of meaningful connection? Or did you leave the event feeling drained, frustrated, or wishing you had spent the evening doing something that truly brought you joy? So many of us, especially in our younger years, make these choices because we don't want to offend or disappoint others. We worry about being seen as rude, distant, or ungrateful. But as we grow older, we start to realize something powerful. It's okay to prioritize ourselves. Imagine what it would feel like to give yourself the freedom to say no to anything that doesn't resonate with your heart. Imagine how much lighter life could be if, instead of attending events out of obligation, you chose only the social interactions that genuinely bring you joy, peace, or fulfillment. What if every invitation you received was met with a simple question? Will this nourish me? Will this bring me happiness, connection, or growth? If the answer is no, you have the right to decline, without guilt, without shame, and apology. This isn't about isolating yourself from the world or avoiding social interactions altogether. It's about being intentional, about choosing where and with whom you spend your time in a way that honors your well-being. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. By saying no to unnecessary social obligations, you create space in your life for the things that truly matter. When you release the pressure to attend every gathering, maintain every relationship, or keep up with every social expectation, you begin to see that your time is a gift, one that should be spent on experiences and relationships that enrich your life rather than deplete it. When we spread ourselves too thin, trying to be everywhere, please everyone, and meet every expectation, we end up diluting the quality of our presence. But when we are selective, when we say yes only to the interactions and experiences that genuinely fulfill us, our presence becomes more powerful, more meaningful. There's an incredible strength that comes from honoring your own needs. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you self-aware. It means you understand the value of your time and energy, and you're choosing to spend it wisely. And here's the beautiful thing. When you start prioritizing your well-being, the relationships that truly matter to you will flourish. You'll find that the time you do spend with loved ones, friends, or in meaningful social situations becomes richer, deeper, and more rewarding. Every interaction becomes more engaging and genuine because you are fully present, physically, mentally, and emotionally. You're not there out of obligation or habit, but because you genuinely want to be there. The act of saying no is not just about avoiding social events. It's about taking back control of your life. It's about recognizing that your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being are precious and that you deserve to protect them. It's about realizing that you are not required to explain or justify your choices. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you choose to stay home instead of attending a party. You don't have to defend your decision to spend a quiet evening in solitude rather than going out for dinner with friends. The freedom to say no is yours to claim, and it's a gift that can transform your life. So, how do we embrace this freedom? It begins with self-reflection. Take a moment to consider the social obligations in your life. The gatherings you've attended out of duty, the friendships you've maintained out of habit, the invitations you've accepted out of guilt. Ask yourself, do these interactions bring me joy? Do they enrich my life? Or do they drain my energy? If the answer is the latter, it's time to start saying no. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life entirely or isolating yourself. It means setting boundaries, being selective, and choosing to invest your time and energy in the relationships and experiences that truly matter to you. The next time you receive an invitation, pause. Take a moment to check in with yourself. Does the idea of attending this event excite you? Or does it fill you with a sense of obligation or dread? Will it bring you joy, connection, or fulfillment? Or will it leave you feeling drained? Trust your instincts, and if the answer is no, permit yourself to decline gracefully but firmly. You don't need to justify your choice. A simple, "Thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it," is enough. As you begin to say no to the things that don't serve you, you'll notice a profound shift in your life. You'll feel lighter, freer, and more in control of your time. You'll have more energy to invest in the relationships that truly matter and the experiences that bring you joy. You'll no longer be weighed down by the pressure to meet others' expectations, and instead, you'll be living in alignment with your values and desires. Ultimately, saying no to unnecessary social obligations is about creating a life that feels authentic, peaceful, and fulfilling. It's about honoring your own needs and making choices that nurture your well-being. So, I invite you to reflect. What would your life look like if you only said yes to the things that truly brought you joy? How would it feel to let go of the pressure to please others and instead prioritize your happiness? Saying no is not an act of selfishness. It's an act of self-love. And as you step into this new chapter of life, remember, you have the power to choose how you spend your time, and that choice is one of the greatest freedoms you'll ever experience. For embracing authentic beauty. For most of our lives, society bombards us with relentless messages about beauty, what it should look like, how we should preserve it, and why it's supposedly essential to cling to youthfulness at all costs. From the glossy pages of magazines to the perfect images on television and social media, we are constantly reminded that beauty is equated with smooth, wrinkle-free skin, perfectly toned bodies, and youthful, symmetrical features. We are told, both subtly and overtly, that to age is to diminish in value, and that the natural signs of aging, gray hair, laugh lines, and softer skin, are flaws to be corrected, hidden, and battled at every turn. It's no wonder that so many of us feel an overwhelming pressure to fight the passage of time, to mask the visible evidence of years lived, and to strive for an unattainable standard of perfection that doesn't honor the natural process of life. But what if we chose to see beauty differently? What if we stopped subscribing to society's narrow and unrealistic definition of beauty, and instead redefined it for ourselves? What if, instead of viewing the signs of aging as something to hide or erase, we saw them as symbols of a life richly lived, of years filled with laughter, tears, growth, and experience? Every wrinkle tells a story. Every silver strand in our hair represents wisdom earned through perseverance, joy, and challenges overcome. Authentic beauty is not found in conforming to society's fleeting ideals. It is found in embracing who we truly are in all our uniqueness at every stage of life. As we grow older, we are gifted with the opportunity to embody a deeper, more meaningful kind of beauty, one that has nothing to do with the superficial, external features society worships. Think about the people in your life or in the world who you find truly beautiful. Chances are their beauty has very little to do with their physical appearance and everything to do with how they carry themselves. It's in the kindness that radiates from their eyes, the confidence with which they move through the world, the warmth of their smile, and the authenticity with which they live their lives. These qualities, these expressions of inner beauty, only deepen with age. The irony of society's obsession with youthful beauty is that it fails to recognize the radiance that comes with maturity. As we grow older, our beauty becomes more profound, more layered, and more reflective of who we are on the inside. We have lived, we have learned, and we have loved. And that depth of experience gives us a glow that no cream, procedure, or makeover can replicate. There is beauty in the lines etched by years of laughter, in the softness that comes from holding those we love, and in the calm presence we bring to every room. This is the kind of beauty that transcends age, that cannot be defined by a mirror or captured in a photograph. It is the beauty of a life fully embraced and authentically lived. Imagine how freeing it would be to let go of society's unrealistic expectations and instead fully embrace our natural selves. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing not flaws or imperfections, but the beautiful evidence of the journey you've traveled. Imagine the peace that comes from accepting yourself just as you are, without the need to compare yourself to others or chase a fleeting standard of beauty that was never designed to include all the richness of who you are. True beauty is not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about being comfortable in your skin and allowing your inner light to shine through. It's about the confidence that comes from knowing that your worth is not tied to how you look, but to who you are, what you've experienced, and the love and wisdom you offer to the world. When we choose to embrace our authentic beauty, we permit ourselves to live more fully and freely. We stop spending energy on trying to fit into a mold that doesn't reflect the essence of who we are. Instead, we channel that energy into the things that truly matter. Our relationships, our passions, our personal growth, and our connection to the world around us. We begin to live from a place of self-acceptance and inner peace, radiating a kind of beauty that is magnetic, timeless, and deeply real. And when we embody this kind of beauty, we become role models for others. We show younger generations that beauty is not something to fear losing as they age, but something that grows and evolves with time. We show them that confidence, kindness, and authenticity are far more attractive than any external feature. We show them that aging is not something to fight against, but something to embrace as a natural and beautiful part of life. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and see a wrinkle or gray hair, pause for a moment. Instead of seeing it as a flaw, try to see it as a testament to the life you've lived. That wrinkle? It's there because you've smiled through countless moments of joy. That gray hair? It's a badge of wisdom earned through years of experience. Each mark is a reminder that you've lived fully, that you've loved deeply, and that you've grown in ways that make you more beautiful, not less. Embracing authentic beauty means letting go of the false narrative that youth equals beauty and age equals decline. It means reclaiming the narrative for ourselves and choosing to see the beauty in every stage of life. It means celebrating how our bodies change and evolve, and recognizing that these changes are a natural and beautiful part of our journey. And as you continue on this journey, remember that you are beautiful. Not because you fit a certain standard, but because you are uniquely, wonderfully, and authentically you. Your beauty is in your laughter, in your wisdom, in the love you give, and in the way you show up in the world with grace and confidence. So embrace it, celebrate it, let it shine through in everything you do, because the world needs more of the kind of beauty that only you can bring. 5. Reevaluating activities that no longer bring joy. Life, with all its intricate complexities, often unfolds in a series of established routines. Some of these routines infuse our days with vibrant joy and deep fulfillment, while others gradually morph into tedious chores, mere remnants of our past enthusiasm, executed solely out of habit. As we journey through the years, Especially after the age of 70, it becomes profoundly essential to pause and reflect upon how we allocate our precious time. Are there activities that once ignited our spirits, but now leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled? Are there cherished hobbies or beloved traditions that have lost their luster, yet we cling to them as if they were lifelines, merely because they've always been part of our lives? Reaching this pivotal stage grants us the incredible freedom to release the activities that no longer serve our evolving selves. This process is not about casting aside everything we've built or cherished over the years. Rather, it's a beautiful invitation to make room for new experiences, fresh passions, and innovative pathways to finding genuine fulfillment. Let us take a moment to engage in a profound reflection on our daily routines. Are there tasks or activities that have morphed into obligations, draining our energy rather than replenishing our souls? What transformative possibilities might arise if we dared to let go of just one of these burdensome commitments? By courageously reevaluating how we spend our time, we can reclaim our lives and create abundant space for the pursuits that truly spark joy within us. Perhaps there exists a hobby that once filled your heart with passion, now dulled by the passage of time, or maybe a social group or tradition that has become more of an unwelcome obligation than a source of delight. This vibrant stage of life unfolds as an extraordinary opportunity, a chance to embark on thrilling new adventures, delve into unexplored interests, and uncover what genuinely brings you joy and fulfillment. Embrace this moment of introspection. It may very well be the key to unlocking a future filled with passion and purpose. 6. Cutting ties with toxic relationships. Relationships stand as the cornerstone of our existence, intricately woven into the fabric of our lives. They possess the incredible power to uplift our spirits, infuse our days with joy, and create a profound sense of connection and belonging. However, not all relationships serve our well-being. Some can become burdensome, draining our energy and inflicting unnecessary stress. Over time, we may find ourselves clinging to connections that, instead of nourishing our souls, leave us feeling depleted. Whether it's a friend whose negativity feels like a heavy cloud, a family member whose constant criticism stings deeply, or an acquaintance who subtly saps our vitality, these toxic relationships can cast a long shadow over our well-being. As we gracefully navigate the later chapters of our lives, particularly after reaching the age of 70, it becomes paramount to assess the relationships that surround us. Are there individuals who consistently bring joy, encouragement, and support into our lives? Do we have companions who leave us feeling fulfilled, cherished, and uplifted? Conversely, are there people whose presence makes us feel small, drained, or unappreciated? The act of walking away from toxic relationships is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is a profound expression of self-care and self-respect. We deserve to be surrounded by those who celebrate us for who we are, who radiate positivity and light, and who genuinely support our growth and happiness. Let us embrace the power of choice in our relationships. By consciously severing ties with those who bring negativity into our lives, we open ourselves up to the possibility of nurturing connections that truly matter. This courageous decision to prioritize our emotional well-being is a pivotal step toward cultivating a life rich in love, support, and joy. As we move forward, let us seek out relationships that not only enrich our lives, but also inspire us to flourish and thrive, transforming our social circles into vibrant communities that reflect the beauty and light we wish to experience in our lives. 7. Letting go of comparisons. Comparison has long been labeled as the thief of joy, and this assertion holds profound truth. Throughout our lives, we often find ourselves ensnared by the temptation to measure our worth, happiness, and success against the lives of those around us. Whether it's a friend's enviable financial achievements, a neighbor's seemingly picture-perfect family, or a sibling's impressive accolades, it's all too easy to fall into the trap of believing that someone else's life is inherently better or more fulfilling than our own. Yet, as we gracefully approach the age of 70, we come to recognize a vital and liberating truth. Everyone's journey is beautifully unique, and comparison serves only to rob us of our joy. Success manifests in myriad forms, shaped by individual experiences, desires, and definitions. Happiness cannot be quantified or judged by the standards of others. Your life story is distinct, a rich tapestry woven from your experiences, aspirations, and triumphs. There is no universal formula for achieving happiness or fulfillment, and to think otherwise is to limit ourselves. Imagine the exhilarating freedom that would envelop you if you chose to abandon the habit of comparing yourself to others. Visualize how much lighter and more vibrant your life could feel if you wholeheartedly embrace your journey, with all its delightful twists, unexpected turns, and imperfect moments. What if, instead of scrutinizing your achievements against someone else's milestones, you celebrated your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem? Each step forward, each moment of growth, is a testament to your resilience and strength. In this stage of life, let us cultivate a mindset of gratitude and self-acceptance. Rather than allowing comparison to cloud our joy, we can honor our unique paths and appreciate the beauty that resides within our individual stories. By letting go of comparisons, we open ourselves to a life rich in self-discovery, authenticity, and genuine happiness. Embrace your journey with open arms and celebrate the extraordinary individual you are becoming, for that is where true fulfillment lies. 8. Redefining goals. What truly matters to you at this stage of life? In our younger years, we often find ourselves driven by societal expectations and the aspirations we hold dear at the time. We set goals that reflect the dreams of our youth, ambitions for building a successful career, accumulating wealth, or attaining a certain level of social status. However, as we gracefully age, many of those goals may begin to lose their relevance and resonance. What once seemed like the pinnacle of achievement may now feel hollow, replaced by a deeper understanding of what we genuinely value. Reaching the age of 70 and beyond offers us a profound opportunity to redefine what success and fulfillment mean on our terms. It is not only acceptable but liberating to release goals that no longer align with our evolving values or heartfelt desires. This phase of life invites us to focus on what truly matters, whether that means cultivating cherished relationships, dedicating more time to the people we love, passionately pursuing a long-neglected interest, or simply embracing a lifestyle filled with peace and joy. Imagine taking the time to reflect on your passions, the things that ignite a spark within you and make your heart sing. What activities bring you a sense of purpose and fulfillment? What experiences have you always yearned to explore, but may have set aside in the hustle and bustle of life? By acknowledging and prioritizing these elements, you can shift your focus away from outdated aspirations toward a more meaningful existence. As you redefine your goals, consider the legacy you wish to create. How do you want to be remembered? What values do you want to impart to future generations? This journey of introspection not only allows you to set new intentions, but also encourages you to embrace the wisdom that comes with age. By letting go of past expectations, you make room for new aspirations that truly resonate with your authentic self, leading to a more fulfilling and joyous life journey. In this new chapter, take the time to celebrate your individuality and uniqueness. Embrace the richness of your experiences, for they shape your perspective and give you the strength to pursue a life filled with purpose and happiness. By redefining your goals, you open the door to a future that reflects your true self, inviting peace, joy, and a deeper sense of fulfillment into your everyday existence. 9. Prioritizing your happiness without guilt. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. One of the most profound and challenging lessons we encounter in life is the necessity of prioritizing our happiness without succumbing to feelings of guilt. For many of us, the deeply ingrained habit of placing others' needs before our own can be difficult to break. Whether we are nurturing our families, striving to meet the expectations of friends, or dutifully fulfilling work obligations, we often find ourselves sacrificing our joy and well-being in the name of duty. However, as we gracefully age, a powerful realization emerges. We cannot pour from an empty cup. To genuinely care for others, we must first tend to our own needs and desires. Embracing the notion of prioritizing your happiness is not an act of selfishness. Rather, it is a vital step toward a more balanced life. You have dedicated countless years to selflessly giving to others, pouring your love and energy into their well-being. Now, it is your turn to turn that compassion inward. What brings you genuine joy? What activities ignite your spirit and fill you with a sense of fulfillment? It is not only okay to put your happiness at the top of your list. It is essential. Imagine the transformation that could occur in your life if you allowed yourself to pursue your passions without the weight of guilt holding you back. Picture a day where you carve out time for yourself, engaging in activities that nourish your soul. Be it reading a cherished book, indulging in a beloved hobby, or simply taking a peaceful walk in nature. When you prioritize your happiness, you not only uplift your spirit, but also enhance your ability to support and love those around you more fully. As you embark on this journey of self-prioritization, let go of the guilt that may arise. Remind yourself that you are deserving of happiness and that your well-being directly impacts the quality of your relationships. By filling your cup, you create a ripple effect, empowering those around you to also embrace their own needs and aspirations. Ultimately, prioritizing your happiness is an act of self-love that allows you to live authentically and vibrantly. Embrace this transformative phase of your life with open arms and allow yourself to be the architect of your joy. In doing so, you'll find that not only do you flourish, but you also inspire others to follow suit, creating a community where happiness and well-being thrive for everyone involved. As we conclude this journey through the vital themes of self-reflection and personal growth, we invite you to take a moment to consider what you have learned so far. Each lesson we've explored encourages us to embrace our individuality, prioritize our happiness, and let go of the burdens that no longer serve us. What resonated with you the most? We would love to hear your thoughts. Please share in the comments one thing you've learned today that you plan to bring into your own life. Your insights and reflections are not only valuable to us, but can also inspire others on their journeys of self-discovery and fulfillment. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content. Together, let's continue to grow and support one another in creating lives filled with joy and purpose. Thank you for being part of our community.